Hello guys, and welcome back to a Macadel online training. um, this is another shirt making video. That's what I'm trying to explain. I know I have a boyfriend shirt on my channel, which is basically for the female. This shirt is for the male. Okay, so today we'll be making a male shirt. We'll be cutting a male shirt. Okay, and for those that have subscribed to my channel, thank you. um, I'm very grateful, and for those that haven't, please do subscribe to my channel. All right, let's get into the business of the day. Okay, so as usual, I'll be needing our sewing tools. I need your long ruler. I love the metal curve for shirt making. It's so lovely. I use this. It just works so perfectly well for me. I have my scissors. I have my tiny mini tailor's chalk somewhere. I know I'll find it. And then I have my tape rule, okay, and then my measurements. Okay, so the measurements, most times I work with basic standard measurements, okay, because I make most of this shirt as ready to wear for the male. Okay, but for this I'm working with a particular measurement, and most times for the male, when you're taking measurements, if you take an exact chest measurement, please add +5 inches to it. Except the person wants a very tight fitted shirt, then you probably just add 1 inch of ease. Do you understand? So that the button doesn't rip apart when he wears it. Okay, but if it's a standard shirt, it's a normal size shirt, so you're going to add between 4 to 5 inches to the actual chest measurement. So basically what you need is your chest measurement, your shoulder measurement, your armhole measurement. I have a standard to it as well, but of course there's a calculation to it if that fails you. But I'll explain to you how that calculation also can be done. You have the length of your shirt, which is basically 32 for a normal shirt, 32, max 33. But if a person wants a particular length, then you can actually take that person's length. Okay, so you have your sleeve length. And most of the times when I'm teaching, I always tell my students my standard measurement. So if you're a large, you're an extra large, you're a double extra large, that's XXL, XSXL. There are certain measurements that is easy, especially when you're working on ready to wear like I do. All right, so take your proper measurements. Your neck circumference is very, very important as well. All right, so take your proper measurements, and we will start. Okay, so I don't think, I know I have an online class for the covered button shirts. Okay, so I have an ongoing online class for that. What we're doing is the uncovered button shirt at the moment. I know I have some videos on this channel for something about this, I don't know, but I'll confirm. Right, so when you say uncovered, it is the normal everyday shirt where you have buttons in front of your shirt, okay, showing. But the covered button, you won't see it. It's hidden. It's a hidden button stand, right? So for the male, like I used to say, you should know where your male button is, and the buttonhole. For the female, you know where it is. You should know all that by now. Anyway, so we're gonna start. So I folded my fabric into two. Okay, that's it. I folded it into two. I have left 1 inch between here and here. You can see this is a colored fabric, and you can see this is faded, right? So there's a 1 inch allowance at that point. That's how I fold it. So the one under is 1 inch more than the one on top. Shikina. Okay, all right, so having done that, then this is where I'm going to start my measurement coming towards me. All right, so just follow it. I don't know if the chalk will show properly, but whichever way, just follow. Okay, so now I'm going to start at the top points, and I'm going to start marking my measurements this way. So like I said, just follow suit. So from here, from the edge of this, I'm going to be marking in 4 inches. Okay, so I'll just take out 4. So you can actually mark this at different points and you can turn it into a straight line. Okay, so I just came in 4 inches. I'm just doing this line for the purpose of this training, not that I do this thing. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that. I really need to, I need to get a chalk that works, but please, if you can't, just follow that line. I'm marking on the right side, and so I can't just use any chalk that I can't take off. This I can iron off. Okay, so I've really done so you can see that. All right, so now all my measurement is going to start at this point. So every measurement I'm going to take will be from here this way. Okay, so at the top, starting from that point, I'm going to mark whatever your shoulder is, my shoulder divided by 2, my client's anyway, because it's for the client. Okay, so whatever the shoulder is, in this case is 21, so divided by 2 is 10 and a half. So I've marked 10 and a half. Okay, so at that 10 and a half points, I'm going to drop down. So you can drop down between 1 and a half to 2. Right? So from this middle point, I'll draw a line down to that point as well. So have you seen that? So I've done that. And I'm going to add half an inch to that measurement. Okay, so I've added my half an inch to the measurement. On this line, I'll also mark my neck line. So you can start by marking, depending on what you have. You can mark 3, you can mark 2, you can mark 2 and a half. So the less, the better. Then you can use your, when you're cutting your collar, you can use it to increase on that. All right, so at this point I'm going to come down whatever my armhole is. So now this is the armhole part we're talking about. Like I said, I work with a standard measurement because I do more of the ready to wear thing, and the armhole for the size I'm working for is about 10 inches. Okay, but you can also do a calculation. Remember I said you should take your chest round firm. If you take it firmly, add plus 5 inches. Now whatever you have after you've added 5 inches, divide everything in all totality. All right, in all totality, divide it by 6 plus 1.5. Whatever you have is what you're going to impute. So that's what I have. Now on that line, you're going to mark whatever is the chest measurement divided by 4. So I'll check what I have as my chest measurement. So divide it by 4 and add your sewing allowance. You can add half an inch, you can add 1 inch. So I've added that, and I'm now going to slant my armhole. Please, the slanting of the armhole, I'm taking it from my half an inch to my main bust measurement. Okay, so having done that, so that is it. So I've drawn a line there. Right, so having done that, I'm going to divide that into 2 and mark inwards. Okay. So I've marked inwards, and then I can actually use my curve, okay, and create a curve, place it. That's why I said I prefer my metal curve. It just gives me exactly what I want. All right, so I hope you can see that. So see, all right, beautiful. So after that, please just take your measurements, okay, depending on whatever shirt you're making. Okay, taken my measurement. I don't know if you're seeing that, but what I'm just doing at that point is just taking whatever my full measurement is. That's what I've done there. And I'm marking out my button stand of 1 inch. Alright, so I'm just creating a mark for that. Okay, so having done that, this is my length now. If you decide to shape it, you can shape it. You can find where the person's waist point is, okay, and then you can shape it at that point. So now whatever you're using at the top is the same thing you're going to use down. If you want to use it differently, then you can go ahead and do that. So if the person's hip is bigger, please use however big the person's hip is. That's what you're going to do. All right, so when you're done with all that measurement, you turn it into that. So like I said, it all depends on how or what you want the shirt to be like. Sorry, I need to confirm that measurement. So now, like I have said earlier, if you want to give it a bit of fitting, you can. And if you don't want to give it any fitting, please just take it down. Have you seen that? So just take it down that way. And if you want to, then you can just give it that little slant. So like I said, whoever wants fitting, you can deal with the fitting. Okay. So having done that, at this point, before we go to the neck, we're almost done. At this point, you come up as much as you want to. If you want to create any design, come up and create your design. Okay. And if you don't want to, you leave it. I just came up and created a design. So if you don't want to, leave it like that. Okay. So for me, I just don't like my fabric moving. So having done this, I'm now going to quickly put in my neck measurement. So like I said, whatever your neck measurement is, please impute it. Okay? So having done that, so have you seen that? So I just created a neck curve at that point. Right? So I am done. So now I'm done and I can cut it out. So we're done, done cutting the front. So we'll cut out the back now. Okay, so I have folded this over into two as well. That is it. So you have the folded edge there. Okay. So I'm placing this on it. Remember that line I said is your center line, the line I drew. Okay. So that's the line we're placing there, because that's our center line. So we'll place that at the back. So having done that, I'm going to just mark my back neckline. So I'll just mark my back neckline. Okay. So having marked that, I'm going to just cut it off. So I'm cutting it through the shoulder line. So having done that, I'm going to just shift it down. I'm done shifting and I'm going to cut. So that's the back is ready. All right, so I'm going to cut a yoke for it as well. All right, so I'll just cut a yoke from here to somewhere here, the same thing. That's the yoke, so I'll just cut it out. So I've cut a yoke out for it. Okay. So the last thing, this time around I'm not doing sleeve with band, so I'm just cutting out a short sleeve for it. Okay, so my sleeve is going to be 10 inches. So 10 plus the half I'm putting at the top, plus 1.5 inches is going to be 10.5. So I'm going to add 1.5 inches. So I'm having 12 for the whole sleeve. So now I know where my sleeve is going to be. I'm drawing the lines, and then I'll mark up 1.5. Having done all this now, I can now check what my cap's height is. And I'll mark it. Okay, so at that point, whatever I used as my armhole, that is what I'm going to mark, plus whatever allowances I have. So having done that, I'm going to just draw just like an S thing, but not S, because for guys it's not S. Okay, so that's it. And then I'll check whatever I'm using as my round sleeve. The round sleeve there is so you check your round sleeve mark, okay, and use something curvy, not straight, not too curvy, just slightly curvy. So I'm done. I'll cut that out and show you. So that's the sleeve, and I'm going to check to be sure that I have the correct sleeve. So I'm good. Alright, so that is it. This is our male shirt cutting class, and it is as easy as that. Alright, so what I haven't cut here is the collar, and I think if you watch my previous video on this, I'll put a link. You know, you'll find where we did the collar cutting. Alright, but I don't know. Anyway, I think we can get the collar done. Okay, so I'll put a link to a video that you're going to be able to cut the collar for the shirt. Okay, and if it's not there, it's going to be coming right up. Alright, so it's been nice having you in my class as usual. It's been a Macadel on my training, and my name is Nita. You've heard this over and over, and please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel, and put on your notification bell icon so that when I upload these lovely videos, you will get a notification. Okay, so it's been nice having you here, and I hope you're practicing. And if you have any issues, you know, in the cutting, wherever you think you don't understand, please leave me a comment right below, and when I come online, I will actually address whatever issues you have. Like I always say, you have done this before. I know. I've done it too, right? But there's always a thing or two you get from whatever you learn. So it's good to learn and keep learning, because you just never can tell. You pick here, you pick there, you add up to what you know, and boom, you're doing much better than what you expected. It's been nice having you in my class, and I hope to see you in the next class. So have you a very blessed and wonderful day. This is me signing out. Bye.